Hi Pisces, welcome to your February 2024 Astro Tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, though if you're only going to watch one, make sure it's for your ascendant or your rising sign. They're both the same thing. It's going to be the most accurate for you on that day-to-day level. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Now, with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'm going to pop these to the side. These will be for your... Oh, we're showing Aquarius. No, Pisces. All right. So I just want to preface this reading with some information. So before I start, yes, this is for February of 2024, but we need to cast our minds back to on the 21st of on the 21st of January, Pluto left Capricorn and came back into the sign of Aquarius. Now, if you cast your mind further back to March 7th of 2023, Pluto came into the sign of Aquarius for about 2 months plus, right? Ish. So we got a little taster of it. This time it's here until September 8th, and then it's going to dip back into Capricorn. And then on the 20th of November, it comes back into the sign of Aquarius for the next 20 years. This is a big deal. Why? Because Pluto is power, control, the power dynamics and control. It's the hidden undercurrents, the things in the realms unseen. It also represents big money. Pluto also represents secrets, hidden things that will be revealed or come to light. And one of the things that I love about Plutonian energy is it will go really deep. Wherever it goes, it excavates and it brings to the surface the pure or the true potential of whatever it touches. Pluto for you, moving into the sign of Aquarius, is moving into your 12th house. For those of you that are ascendant Pisceans, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, still probably relevant, right? This is Pluto after all, so it's going to be felt across the ripples. But for those of you that are ascendant Pisces, you're really going to feel this, okay? Now, in the deepest part of your chart, the Lord of Transformation is coming in. The realms of the past and the present are about to collide in some way. So for you, Aquarius, Pluto is the modern ruler, at least, of Scorpio, which is for you represents your 9th house of higher education. But the 9th house is your beliefs, your spiritual practices, what you believe, how you believe it, your mental construct of religion and connection with the cosmos and the universe. It also represents legal matters and proceedings, right? Legal documentation, all of that kind of stuff. The 9th house is also foreign lands, distant cultures, all of that kind of stuff. It also rules travel to foreign places, and it also rules publishing, broadcasting. If you've ever wanted to write a book, this is a good time to get started with it. Right now, on the 5th of the month, Mercury is going to come into a conjunction with Pluto at 0 degrees. Cast your mind back to the 21st of December of 2020. We had what's known as the Great Conjunction. Jupiter and Saturn came together at 0 degrees of Aquarius. Pluto is activating this in a big way, and all of the personal planets, Mercury, Mars and Venus, are going to come into a conjunction with Pluto at 0 degrees. We didn't have this last year, and this connection will not have happened for the last 240 years, right? Because Pluto, that's how long it takes Pluto to enter, to get round to a sign that it hasn't been in. It takes it's like 240-year orbit. Mercury for you rules your 7th house of relationships, partnerships and connections, but it also rules your 4th house of home, family, property and real estate. Now the 7th house is contracts, whether these are personal, professional or familial, personal, professional, platonic or familial. The 4th house being, and so the 4th house is your home, your property, where you live, how you live there, who you live with. Gemini is your 4th house. Virgo is your 7th, and all of this is happening in your 12th. Relationship matters and considerations. The 12th house is the past. it's self-sacrifice. The 12th house is a space that you know very well within the chart, because the 12th house is actually yours is the 12th sign of the zodiac, so you know this energy somewhat, right? But the 12th house is your past, self-sacrifice. It also represents your self-sabotaging tendencies. All of that stuff is coming to light now, Pisces, right? There's nowhere to hide when Pluto enters a sign, and so this is really going to show you where you get in your own way and how. Now, the other thing is as well, because this rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, this could be people from your past that come in, right? In this regard, you are really going to be able to observe this, right? The transit is going to force you to start speaking up, to start talking more openly around things that come to light, around all of these different subjects. Your own really deep emotions around relationships might become a hot topic now. What you need to purge. Pluto is a purgative kind of energy, right? It's going to force you to purge this stuff. And Mercury is all about communication. So you're going to have to start talking about what you fear. If you're the sort of person that bottles up their emotions and all the rest of it, this is going to start exploding out of you in ways that you're probably not going to be able to control. So my advice to you would be, get on the front foot and start doing it consciously, so that it doesn't just start exploding out at random, probably inopportune moments. Okay, now for this you've got the Knight of Pentacles. This could it could actually have something to do with past connections or past things and people from your past that you see are valuable, or putting them in the right place. You got this with the 6 of Pentacles. There's something about a purchase of a car here as well, because the Knight of Pentacles is a vehicle. The 6 of Pentacles is the exchange of money. And you've got this with the Wheel of Fortune. Like literally, this could be, for some of you, maybe this is that you are buying a car, maybe you're getting some kind of finances or resources in regards to this. On a more interpersonal level, this will see you looking a lot at your own finances, money and resources, and it will see you asking yourself where you are getting in your own way when it comes to money, and it will see you being really honest about this stuff in ways where, you know, even if you never share it with anybody else, you will start to look at it in a much clearer way, and in a way that you can't ignore, right? It's Pluto. This is stuff that's coming up from the very depths of your psyche that cannot and will not be ignored anymore. Powerful stuff, really, very. If I'm completely honest with you, that's like, woo. Okay, so we've lost the South Node. So the next transit, if I ever don't mention the dates or the transits, you can always find that information in the description box below. On the 13th of February, Mars, the planet of power, irritation, excitation, energy, passion, war, challenge, conflict, right? Mars is about your personal power. Pluto is about the bigger power. Both of these energies are about power, and since this is happening for you, Mars rules Aries, so therefore, which occupies your 2nd house of money, finances, resources. Mars also rules for you Scorpio, which, as we said before, is your 9th house. Because all of this is happening in the sign of Aquarius, which for you is occupied by the 12th house, you could start to understand here where you get in your own way when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to your financial outlook. And remember, your 9th house is your belief system. So Pluto, because Pluto rules your 9th house, because Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. So both rulers of your 9th house, your belief system and belief structure, it means that spiritually you're getting a massive upgrade. Your internal workings around spirituality, intuition, your personal connection with the universe is all getting an upgrade. But more importantly, your financial belief system is really being highlighted to you. And what this means is you're going to start to understand how the financial experience that you're having at this moment in time is linked to your thought process and your belief system. what you believe about money, how you believe it, why you believe it, where it comes from, which parent, which family member, all of that stuff. It's wise for you to consider that whatever shows up on a material level for you, it really is about what you're holding inside, in here, in the deep, in the deep and depths of yourself. This is what's being highlighted to you at this time. So really powerful stuff for you guys. You've got the Two of Swords, a change of mind through some kind of intuitive nudge. With the Eight of Swords, right? So, and then you've got the King of Wands, right? So King of Wands is usually a fire sign male, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is about visibility. Ninth house is about publishing. It's about YouTube channel. Ninth house is books, blogs, anything that you put out into the world that you want to reach the masses with. Finding a way to become visible, finding a way to be visible. And what's really interesting is that Eight of Swords, it's like this transit is going to compel you, because this is quite an explosive combination, right? There's no getting around this. And so if the ninth house represents teachers, coaches, gurus, mentors, and the second house represents your possessions or people that you value, right? It's usually things, it's like your money, etc. But someone that you value could really give you a challenge at this time. And it's like the transit of Pluto in this 12th house combined with that Martian energy, it gets you to start kind of saying, it's like you're going to realize very quickly, you have to look at this stuff now. You can't ignore it anymore. It's like all of it is just coming to the surface. Not all at once. Remember, this is a 20-year transit. So it's going to take its sweet time. But there's that process of, forgive me if I may, but Pisces likes to escape a lot. It will live in fantasy. It will ignore things. It will bottle them up. It will hit the bottle, hit the drugs, hit the food, whatever your escapist, tendency is. Not to have to deal with that reality. You don't have that luxury anymore, right? Aquarius is very much a reality sign because it's ruled by Saturn. So this is like you're going to start to really need to deal with this stuff on a very powerful level. That King of Wands, fire sign male, could be somebody that helps you with this. Now, on the 22nd of the month, Mars comes into a conjunction with his celestial lover, Venus. Venus for you in your chart rules your third house of communications, conversations, day-to-day experience. It also rules websites that you use. Venus rules your skills. So Venus rules skills and talents anyway, the things that help you shine. And because she's the ruler of your third house and in your 12th, this could be an old skill set that you bring back into the fore in some way. It could be an old way of looking at things, an old way of doing things. It could be that you're brushing up on an old skill and you start to say, right, okay, I think I might be able to do something with this once more moving forward. Venus is bringing a soothing balm, right? Mars has brought a lot of action and fire and passion and right, and it's come into conjunction, and Pluto's already there bringing intensity, and Venus comes in and says, hey, calm down, ease it up, right, relax. Your dreams might have been quite intense up until this point, whereas when Venus comes in, she could soothe a lot of that, right? So if your dreamscape has been all over the place, this will be very, very healing for you. And again, remember, Mars is your second house of money, and it's also your ninth house. And the other thing as well, Venus isn't just your third house, she's also the 8th house, which for you is occupied by Libra, which is other people's money. I do feel like this could bring blessings, and it could also bring people that actually do want to help or support you, but it's almost like people, blessings, challenges and things from your past are coming back into the fold in the here and now. Venus ruling that third house and that 8th house. This is potentially a job interview of some sort, or even an interview with a place that you worked at before, with a company that you've worked with prior, or maybe even just an old idea that comes forward. It could have a very deep dive into issues from the past, 12th house, that provide you with the release that you need and the healing that you need at a soul level, right? And I don't say that lightly. For this, you've got the Sun card, right? Look at that. This is beautiful. You got this with the Page of Cups. Love that. This is a soothing or a healing of emotions. And then you've got the King of Swords. This could be an apology that you feel like you've always needed. It could be a conversation with somebody that really helps you reframe something on an emotional level. But this is going to be a breath of fresh air. The King of Swords is usually an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This could be a reconnection or an interaction of some sort that really does bring a powerful sense of healing to your world, and also gets you to really see that your mind is now free in some way, but it is going to require you to go through the emotions in order to get there. And then finally on the 28th of the month, and I just want to say happy damn birthday to you. I hope you are having a wonderful solar return, and I really hope that you do some nice things for yourself on the day of your birthday, so that you are, you're setting the intention for the year ahead of all the good things that you want in your life. Now, for the year ahead, you've got the Sun. Saturn's already been in your sign for a while at this point, and for you, Saturn rules your 11th house of friends, social circles, but your higher aspirations, goals, visions and dreams. The Saturn also rules your 12th house of your past, your privacy, your self-sabotaging tendencies and all of those things. The Sun for you rules your physical health and vitality and your body. And Mercury for you, as we said earlier, rules your 4th house of home, family, property, real estate, and also your 7th house of contracts, commitments, partnerships and collaborations. And these are of a personal, professional or platonic sort of nature, right? So all really good stuff. The Sun means, and it's also because the Sun also rules your routines, the things that you do on a daily basis. This is a powerful reset of self. This is it's birthday season for you as well, so the question becomes, what do you desire in all of these areas of life that I've just talked about? It's possible that you could be setting yourself up to snag a new contract at this time, but it will require more of your sort of rather than that carefree sort of go with the flow energy, you will need to really dig in here, right? Like it won't be enough for you to kind of like, oh, I'll just play it by ear as it comes. You will need a solid plan in place because Saturn is involved, right? All of this conjunct at like 10 degrees. And because Saturn's involved, it wants a solid plan. It needs a solid track. If you want this to happen, you got to put this in place. This is a time where you really need to apply yourself that much more, because whatever it is for the long term. Now for this, you've got the 7 of Pentacles, you've got the 3 of Wands, and you've got the 2 of Wands, right? So this could really, if you invest the time and you think bigger and broader than you ever have before, and you start to really apply yourself, this could be very good for your financial future. It could, and this is you, right? You're getting a massive upgrade here, and it's like you will feel the personal sensibility shift in some way. So I love this. I actually think it's really powerful for you. All right, let's have a look at your lunations. So on the 9th of February, you are going to have the annual Aquarius new moon, right? So this is a new moon in your 12th house, a fresh start, a reboot of some sort, a change of your karmic cycle and or destiny, but also potentially a do-over of some sort. For you, this comes with the gate 5 and patience. And so the message behind this is find your patience. Have patience. Know that it all comes together for you. And the message behind this, you see the frog is on the lily. It'll wait forever if it has to, because it knows I don't need to dart about here, there and everywhere. A new meal will come, and when it does, I can suck that out of the air, right? This is about letting things come to you instead of chasing them. Now, what this also means with everything else that we've talked about is you got to have a solid plan in place so that when what you want comes to you, you've got the means to do something with it, right? Now, on the 24th of the month, we have the annual Virgo full moon, all right? And for you, You have the Gate, 45 and Regal. So for you, this is in the 7th house. Partnership, contracts, commitments, interactions of that one-to-one nature. This could be new work. It could be a new job. It could be, you know, new romance as well for some of you. Very possible. But it's a visible moment, and you've got to be able to lead by example. That's what this card is about. It's about really understanding where you are in charge, and maybe where you are taking the lead in relationship, where you're taking the lead in partnership, where you are taking the you know, where you're taking the top spot to say, right, okay, this is where I envision the relationship to go, and this is what we've got to do in order to get there. All right. All in all, not a bad month, a powerful one, a very intense one for you guys. This is a 12th house month after all. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic February and birthday season. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. And if you want to get your personal Astro Tarot scope, you can do so on the link in the description box below. With that said, take care and I'll see you soon.